I'm just going to drop my computer screen down a touch so you can see me on the floor. So we're going to start by starting with our legs crossed. Now you can either have them straight out if you want, but we'll start with them crossed if you can. Letting your hands drop down, bringing your shoulders back. Just making sure that, again, that you're okay to do this class. It's not necessarily for anybody with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems, unless it's well maintained and you know what you're doing. And also make sure if you feel ill at any time or sick, that you stop what you're doing and have a seat and just watch. Make sure as well that you've got enough room around you. I haven't, but I know that I haven't, so I know to watch out for it. So we're going to just bring ourselves here. We're going to start with a bit of breathing up in through the nose and out through the nose. Lifting our arms up as we breathe in. And breathing out, bringing the arms down. Breathing in, stretching up, trying to make sure that you're reaching them ribs, even if you move one hand up at a time, so that side ribs move, bringing them down as you're going down. Breathing in, again lifting, then ribs reach back to try and open the front ones, reach forward to open the back ones. Breathing out. Thinking about where the breath's coming in, thinking about why you come, thinking about all the good things you have. And breathing out all the rubbish in the brain, all the rubbish on social media, everything on the television. Let's do 2 more. And our last one. And then bring it back. So if we change our position of our legs. Now remember, if you need to, you can always stick something underneath your bum, a towel or a pillow or anything that you need. We're going to work on our neck. So we're going to breathe out and bring our chin down. And breathe in to bring it back. Breathing out, bringing it forward. And bringing it in, taking it back. 2 more. And last one. And bring it back to center. So we're going to take the head over to the shoulder and hold it. Then bring it up to the center and take it to the other side. Making sure the chin's tucked in, we're not dropping the chin, we're not lifting it, we're keeping it down. Bring it back up. Let's take it over to the other side, keeping that chin tucked in, feeling that stretch. Bring it up and take it over the other side. And then we're going to turn and look over the shoulder. And bring it back to center and take it over the other side. Bring it back to center and take it over the other side. Making sure the chin is parallel to the floor and just thinking about where we can feel it. And bring it back. Lovely. So from here, we're going to take it into our forward. Change them legs. We're placing the hands down. If we can, we turn them in towards each other. Tuck the chin in. Breathe out, bend the elbows, let the body fall forward. Hold it for 3 breaths. Feeling the breath come into the back at the lower part of the spine. And then as we're coming up, we're breathing in. Use the hands if you need to lift you back up. So we're going to take our hands to the back. And we're going to breathe in, roll the shoulders back, push the chest forward, lift the head up. Breathe now into the front of the body from the waist, the belly all the way up through the chest, opening the shoulders. And we're going to bring ourselves back to centre. So we're going to take it into that forward bend. No, sorry. So we're staying here, sorry. We're going to the side. So taking the hand down, bring the arm up. As you breathe out, reach over. If the elbow can go to the floor, bring it down. If it can't, don't worry. Lift, turn the head towards the ceiling, look up. Feel the stretch through the waist. Breathe into that top lung. Breathe out through the bottom lung. 3 breaths. And then we're breathing in to lift. And we're breathing out to take it over the other side. Rolling the shoulder back, looking up. And lifting, bringing it back to centre. So we're going to take our hand to our opposite leg, take our hand onto the floor, the floor by our bum, or if we can, we try to get it onto our thigh. Then we're using our hand on our leg to pull us to have a look over the back shoulder. And then we'll bring it back round to the front. And we're taking it over the other side. So our hand comes round by the leg, round by the bum, or round onto the thigh. Breathe out, pull round. Breathe diagonally into the front of the lung that you're turning towards and into the back of the lung that you're turning away from. Lovely. And bring it back to centre. So let's change the position of them legs again. The whole time we're doing this, we're working them knees, them thighs, them inner legs. So we're placing the hands down, we're turning the palms in, we're breathing out and letting ourselves roll forward. Then if the elbows can come down, let them come down. If they can't, don't worry. Breathe in from the base of the spine, as if as you're breathing in, it comes right up the back. It's pushing your head towards the floor. As you're breathing out, it's going down and it's pushing your bum towards the floor. And then we're going to breathe in to bring ourselves back up. So we take our hands behind, push our hips forward, push our chest forward, breathe in, lift the head. Breathe from the base of the stomach all the way up. Feel the legs opening the more you're breathing in. And then bringing it back to centre. Lift the arm up, breathe out, take it over to the side. Let the body curl over. Breathing into that top lung, breathing out through the bottom lung. And then we're breathing in to lift. Breathing out to bring it down. Breathe in. breathe out. 3 breaths. Breathing into that top lung, breathing out the bottom one. Feel as if it wants to let you drop down, but you're looking towards the ceiling. And then lifting the arm, breathing in, breathing out. Let's take the arm across, take it round the back, and breathe out, twist ourselves round. Breathe into the front lung that you're turning towards and the back of the one you're turning away from. And bring it back on a breath out. Let's take it round the other side. And bringing it back. So the leg that's in front, we're taking that out, bringing it round and bringing ourselves onto our knees. If you need to, make sure that you put on something underneath your knees to protect them. We're going cat and cow and then with extension. We'll do 4, so 2 up, 2 down, cat and cows, and then we'll go into the extension and twice on each leg. So we're going to breathe out, lifting the back, pulling the stomach in. We're going to breathe in as we go down. We're going to do 1 more of these up and down. Breathing out and breathing in. So we're going to take it into the extension and start lifting our legs. We're breathing out. We're breathing in. Keep looking up, bend the elbows, breathe out. It doesn't have to be very much. And breathe in, and that breath in can be really quick if it needs to be. Go into cat, then lift the leg, breathe out. Try and get it to touch your nose. Don't worry if it doesn't. Breathe in, lifting the leg up, pushing the hips down to the floor. Breathe out, we're going straight into cat. We're breathing in to cow. Breathe out, bend the elbows. Breathe in to push up. Breathe out, squeezing that leg in, squeezing that head in. Breathe in, lift the leg up, shoulders back, hips down, breathe in. Breathing out as we come. So 1 more on each side. Squeezing up. Work with your breath. Don't wait for me to tell you when to breathe. Breathe. But when you're breathing, move. Take it to your range. So don't think, oh, Amari's got her chin to the floor, I have to get mine there. You don't. You can also keep that foot on the floor if you need to as well. Sati's trying to get in, she can't get in at all. By next week, I will be amazed. I'll be absolutely on top with this Zoom thing, hopefully. And then from here, we're just going to bring the legs down, turn the palms over, let the head relax. And then if you bring yourself back up onto your hands and knees, we're going to do shoulder sweep. So we're going to take the arm out, reach out as far as you can go. As you breathe out, you're bringing it all the way down, sitting back into child, reaching the hand back as far as you can. and bringing it over the top. So we're breathing out. We're breathing in. Now with this, as well as working the shoulders, it'll start to work the hips, but you'll also feel it through the side of the body. So as you're coming over and you're stretching, you're working that waist, you're opening up the rib cage. Last one. Again, if you've been sat all day, it kind of squashes you. So we're going to bring that hand underneath. Just have a think about how the ribs on one side feel to the other side, the waist on that side feels. They feel any different? Do they feel the same? We're just having a think about how you are. So let's do the other side. So reaching the hand out, taking it down, breathing out. Breathing. Breathing out. Sati, don't worry if you can't get it. I'll send it to you anyway. And we're going to do one more. And bring it down. So now we're going to take it into our feet. So with this, we're going to take the foot out to the side, and you're going to try and place your little foot, the outside edge of your foot, down on the floor. But I'm going to lose it for a minute. You may find that that back one will want to come in. If it does, you do. If it doesn't, it don't. Do whatever it wants to do. Walk the hands slightly further away, and then you're going to drop your chest towards the floor, but push the outside edge down. Try and push the back of the knee backwards. Lift it as well from the floor so that you feel this tightening right into the inside of the thighs. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up. Walk the hands in. Bring that foot underneath. I'm going to turn the other way because I haven't got enough room that way. So from here, taking the foot out, placing the foot flat down on the floor. If that one wants to move in, it moves in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Walk the hands out a little bit away from the body. Push back, keep the bum in the air, but try and place the chin and the chest down on the floor. Don't let the foot roll in. Make sure you're pushing right to the outside edge so that you feel the lift on the inside of this thigh, inside of the knee as well. And then bring it back up, walk the hands back in. Bring the foot back in. One more each side. Taking it out, placing the foot down, walking the hands away, pushing the chest down, keeping the chin lifted. So you're looking toward your fingertips. Try and lift the elbows, so don't let the elbows go to the floor. Try and push through the fingers to try and lift the elbows off the floor as well. And then you'll feel that right into the shoulder blades. And then we're coming up. We're walking the hands in, we're bringing the foot in. One last one. So taking it over, pushing down with the outside of the foot. Walk the hands away, bring the chin and the chest down. Don't let the elbows drop. Try and push with the hands to lift the elbows off the floor. And then bring it back up. Bring it in. So with this, we're just going to take it into a thingy prep. So from here, I'll move up. You're going to take your foot back onto your tiptoe, push your heel away, then you're pulling it in, bringing it around the leg and sitting back into child. Now, if it doesn't go all the way, you can always just bring it to just a child and push back, okay? So we're taking it round. We're going to take it back out again onto the tiptoe. Push the heel away so that you feel the knee. So you're pushing that knee up towards the ceiling. You'll feel the stretch through the knee, through the calves. Then we're bringing it in, wrapping it round the leg, sitting back into child. And then bringing it back under. Do the other side. I'm going to do it from this direction. So we're taking the foot out and we're pushing the heel away. We're bringing it in, around the leg, and sitting back. Lifting up, taking it out, push the heel away, and then bring it in, all the way round, and sit back. And then bring it back out. So from here we're going to bring ourselves up onto our feet and walk our feet in. Bend the knees, lift up. Take the arms down. Can I get that up? I think I can get all of me. Okay, so we're going to take it into sun salutation. Remember, this is our jumpy one, but you can always step back. You can always put your knees down. You're bringing yourself to the front of your mat, bringing yourself into mountain pose. So either bring the feet together, stretch the toes out, or take them slightly apart. Depends on how it feels for you. With that, we're tightening, bringing the toes up, tightening the front of the thighs, inside, outside, back to thighs. We're bringing the shoulders back and down. We're tucking the chin in, pulling our abdominals in, pulling our stomach muscles in, pressing our hands together in prayer. Closing our eyes if we can, just bringing ourselves to this moment. Thinking about what we need to heal in the body, why we want to be here. So we're going to lift the arms up, breathing in and reach back. Breathe out, bring the hands down to the floor. Remember, if your knees need to bend, they can bend. We're going to breathe in, shoulders come back, looking, pulling the head forward as if someone's pulling our head, but we're keeping the head, the neck in line. So, keeping the neck in line. From there, we're going to bend the knees, and as we're looking forward, we're bouncing backwards to down dog. We're then going to come up onto the tiptoes, pushing our chest in, and we're rolling out to plank. We're bringing the chest down, we're rolling forward and lifting to upward facing dog or cobra. We're stepping back to down dog. We're looking forward and bending the knees, and then we're stepping or jumping in and going into our forward bend. We're looking up and breathing in to lift back up. One more. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 And breathe out. Lovely. So, I've got my water today. We're going to take it into our start of our flow. So, like I said, I'm slowing it down a little. But we're going to move into them and then move out of them so that we know where we're going, we know how to get in and out nice and safely, and always moving it out the same way. So if we start with our chair position, have your feet in line with your hips, and you're going to take your hips, so you don't want your hips underneath, you want them to tilt back so that the wards would fall out. We're bringing the shoulders back, we're keeping the legs in line, and we're sitting down into our imaginary chair. Tucking our chin in. I'm looking up because I'm looking at the screen, but you want to tuck the chin down. From here, we're bringing our hands into prayer pose. We're pushing the hands together. We're going to bring our left elbow towards our right knee, but we're not going to let our knees come in or go out, but we're going to push. So if they can either go towards it, it doesn't matter if they don't get there, but you're using your hand on your knee and your knee on your hand to push you round to look up towards the ceiling. And then we're bringing it back to centre and we're lifting up. And we're just going to bring our hands down. We always can bring ourselves back to mountain pose because it's always the one that relaxes us. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're tilting the pelvis back, pulling the shoulders back, tucking the chin in, sitting down into our imaginary chair. Bring our hands together. Bring our right elbow towards our left thigh, knee, and lock up. Use the power of the two hands pushing together. Even if the legs, it doesn't make contact with the leg, it doesn't matter. Still kind of try and push round as much as you can to look up. And then we're bringing it back to centre. And we're lifting back up. And taking our hands down. So we're going to take it into this, but then we're going to step back just before the end and then step back in. So we're again coming from this position. We're tilting our pelvis back, pulling our stomach muscles in, sitting back, shoulders pulling back, head tucked in. Bring the hands together in prayer. Left elbow, right knee, pushing back. So from here, you're going to see if you can open up your arms, placing one on the floor, one in the air. Or if that one in the air feels too much, you can place it on your back. From here, we're just going to do it quite quickly. We're turning towards our right. Our right. We're going to step our left foot backwards onto our tiptoe. Then we're going to step it back in and bring our hands back together in prayer and bring ourselves back to the centre and lift ourselves back up. Okay, I'll be able to watch this time as I'm going your way. So here we go for the other side. Tilt the pelvis back, sit back, bring your right elbow to your left knee. Make sure you feel okay here. See if you can open up the arms, place one hand on the floor, one hand in the air. Lovely. Now we're going to step back with our right foot. Just taking it onto your tiptoe, staying there. And then we're going to step it back in. Bring the hands together. And bring it back round. And bring it back up. Lovely. That was wonderful. So we're going to take it down and step back into that and hold it there for a bit longer. And again, we'll do it on the second time. We'll move it from there to the next one. So here we go. We're taking it down into our imaginary chair. Turning towards our right. Pushing up. Open the hands out. Step that left foot back onto your tiptoe. Stay here. Keep trying to drop the hip towards the floor. So we're going to bring that foot back in. We're going to bring our hands together. We're going to bring ourselves to the front. We're going to lift ourselves up and open out. Good. Let's take it that round the other side. Tilt the pelvis. Bring the body down and hands together. Turn towards your left leg. Open the arms out. Place one on the floor or a block. And step back onto your tiptoe with your right leg. Now just let them hips drop. This is working on the stomach muscles. Every time you're breathing, you're pushing against that leg. So it's just giving your stomach muscles a nice little stretch and a massage. So we're going to bring that foot back in. We're going to bring them hands together. And we're going to bring ourselves back to the centre. And we're lifting up. So the same way we went in, we're going out. This time we're going to take it from bent leg triangle, reverse triangle into a straight leg triangle. So we're going to straighten the leg while we're down there. So here we go. Hips go back. Knees bend, we're turning ourselves. We're bringing ourselves over towards our right. And we're opening the arms out. We're stepping back with our foot. And we're just dropping our knee, our hips to the floor. So now the back leg, we're going to step it in and place it flat down. And we're going to straighten that front leg. Even if we have to come up and hold the ankle, then that's fine. We're going to come back onto our tiptoe at the back. We're going to bend our knee. We're going to step our foot in. Bring our hands together. Bring ourselves to the front. And lift ourselves up. Take our hands to mountain. So I'll be able to watch this time. Here we go. Tilt the pelvis. Bring the hands in. Sit back. Bring towards your left. Open the hands. Place one on the floor. Step your right foot back. Let the hips drop. Good. Now we're going to step that back foot, place it flat down and straighten that front leg. Don't worry if it doesn't go. We just want to go, that's where it's going to go eventually. We're going to sew back onto the tiptoe at the back and bend the knee at the front. Step the foot back in. Bring the hands together. Bring it back to the centre. Lift yourself up. Take it out. One second, I'm just going to turn that off. Not that cold anymore. So from there, we're going to take it back into, do that, but then we're going to step it into an inverted V. And then we're going to see if we can lift our leg up into a standing split. Okay, here we go. So, we're tilting the pelvis. We're sitting back. We're going towards our right. And we're opening the arms out. We're stepping back with our left foot. Then we're going to straighten it. Place it flat on the floor. Straighten that front leg. Take the top hand down so that we're going into an inverted V. We're looking towards our front leg. If you can, move the weight to that front leg so the toes still on the floor. But when you're ready, you're lifting it up in the air. Then you're going to bring it back down. But you're going onto your tiptoe. You're going to lift the arm and bend the knee. Step the foot back together. Bring the hands back together. Bring yourself back to the centre and lift up. Open the arms. So here we go, other side. Tilt the pelvis. Bring it down. Turn towards your left. Open the arms out. Step back with your right foot. Then you're going to straighten that foot down and straighten that front leg into a triangle. Bring the hands down and drop the head towards the knee into an inverted V shape. Move the weight to that front leg so that you come onto the tiptoe, and then when you're ready, lift that back leg off. Bring it down, back onto your tiptoe, and you're bending that front knee. Open the hand towards the ceiling, so you're twisting towards the knee. Bring the foot back in. Bring the hands together. Turn to the front. Lift up. Bring the arms down. Lovely. We're getting there. We're getting there. So now we're going to take it from the standing splits into a side bend. Okay, so it'll be the leg we're taking back, but I'll tell you which one that is as we're going. So last one. We're going to, well, each side. Tilt the pelvis back. Hands together. Sit down. Turn towards your right. Take the arms out. It should start feeling nice and easy now. It's getting easier. Step the foot back onto your tiptoe. Drop the hip. Straighten the leg. Drop the foot at the back. Straighten the leg at the front into a triangle. Bring the hand down. Drop your head towards your knee into inverted V. Bring the weight forward and lift the leg up in the air into standing splits. Now you're going to bring this out down onto your tiptoe. The leg that's in front, so your right foot, as it's coming back, it's going over the top, and you're spinning your left foot and you're lifting the arms up into the air into a side plank. You're bringing yourself back. You're going to push back into down dog. Roll forward. Drop down and lift into up dog. Step back to down dog. Look forward, bend your knees and jump back in. And lift up. Okay, one last one. We're going to do the other side now. Last one. Tilt it back. Bend the knees. Turn to the side and look up to the ceiling. Open the arms out, reach the hands up. Step that right foot back. Drop the hips. Step that back foot, place it down and straighten the front leg into triangle. Bring the hands down, let the head drop into inverted V shape. Move the hips, lift the leg into standing splits. Take the foot down, back onto your tiptoe. The foot that's coming back, it comes back but it goes over and lifts up. That's it. Have faith in yourself. Bring it back over, step back, push back to down dog. Come up and down, lift into up dog. Step back, push back, bend the knees, jump in into a forward bend, breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. Should be nice and warm and stretched now. So I'm going to bring you down onto the floor. I'm going to drop my thing down a little, that you can see me. So we're working as always for this week, it's elephant. So we're working towards that. So we'll do something slightly different at the end than we did last week. This time I'm going to get you to take your legs and have them so that your feet are flat on the floor and they're lifted up. You're going to place your hands on your knees. Now we're going to just do a bit of a spinal roll. You're going to lean forward, and you're rolling over towards your leg, and then you're curling all the way around. So if I do it from that position, you're going in, you're going round, and you're curling, so the spine's curling round. Normally I'm saying to you, keep that spine straight, but now I'm getting you to curl it. At the same time you're curling here, you'll feel that you're working the legs and the hips. And then we're going to take it, when we go to the thing, so we come to the back to the centre, we're going to take it in the opposite direction, so curling round. And our last one. And bring it back to centre, bring yourself back up. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to have our legs straight and our toes turning in. Now this time you're going to use your hands and have them out. As you go out and you come round to the back, you can bring the arms in towards your chest, and then you're reaching them back out. You're pulling them in towards your chest and you're reaching out. Let's do 3 more this way. Reaching out. Let your body go. Let it do what it wants to do. And this is our last one. And we're bringing it back to centre. So we're going to go the other way. So the hands, we're reaching out. We're going to take it round the other way. Curling the body round. But just try to let your body go. Bring the hands in towards you. As if you're pulling in you're scooping in all that goodness, all that wonderful life, and pulling it back in. And let's do one more. But the whole time you're doing this, you should have felt the muscles right the way through here starting to give a little. So we're going to take it into happy baby. You're going to lie yourself down on your back, and you're bringing your feet up in the air. You're bringing your elbow on the inside of your knee, but the outside of your foot. And then you're trying to pull the knee down to the floor by your shoulder. You don't want it going out in that direction. So you don't want it going over here somewhere. You want to make sure that it's coming right by your shoulder. And you can keep pulling it right with both hands, and you're just pulling yourself down. Trying to bring that knee down to the floor. Now at the same time as working your hips, it's also massaging your spine. And it's quite nice. If you've got chapped wind as well, it will help with that. So if anything goes, just remember, I can't hear you. So you're all right. Let rip, girls. So we're going to try the other side. So hand on the inside, elbow on the inside, hand on the outside. Both hands if you need to. Pull that knee down to the floor. Pulling it down. Breathe out when you pull down. And that'll help to release anything that needs to get out. But just enjoy that sensation along the back. It's beautiful, the feeling of rolling along your spine. Feeling in the lower part of the hips. So you can, if you want, do both legs. And then you're bringing one down and one down. So that you're rolling side to side. Like a happy baby. Make goo goo gaga sounds if you want. Perfectly up to you. As long as there's no crying or no booing your nappy. So, from here, we're going to start to push. So we've been pulling with our hand. It's been quite much that our hand's doing a lot of pulling. But now we're going to push with the foot. But we're still pulling with the hand, but we're eventually letting the foot win. So we're doing the other leg. We're pulling with the arm, but we're pushing with the leg to try and straighten the leg up in the air. But we're trying to still make it but that the arm is doing the work. So again, you can do one, or you could try doing two and pushing out with the legs, but pulling with the arms at the same time. And then bring it down. From there, just let the legs come in and give yourself a little cuddle. From here, we're going to bring ourselves up onto our bum, and we'll start with our preparation for elephant. So, if you need blocks for this, make sure you've got a block, and you can have one on one hand or both hands if you need to, or you can use your fist, or you can put your fingers down so they're kind of making that kind of thing, so that you're making like a tripod with your fingers. Anything that helps you to lift up. And you're lifting your bum and seeing if you can swing your hips to the side. Now, as well as being quite nice for your shoulders, it's really good for your hips as well. And because your spine, which is normally being swooshed, has got a chance to kind of drop down. We'll do it from the back so you can see that my bum is lifted. My bum is lifted. So you're lifting up on your fingers. And the whole time that it's doing it, the spine gets a chance to release down. You don't want the shoulders coming forward. If anything, pull them back slightly and tuck the chin in, hold them up. And bring it down. So that's the first part, that's the easier bit. The next bit's slightly harder. With the leg, you're bringing it in, lifting it up, and pointing and flexing. And then we're going to bring it down, and we're going to try the other side. So lifting, pointing and flexing. Now remember to pull them stomach muscles in, pull the abdominals in, try and hold it as tight as you can. So let's do the other leg one more time. If you want, try not to make sure that you don't scoop down when you lift the leg. If you want, have the hands behind, push the body forward, pull the stomach muscles in to hold them. Lifting them up, pointing and flexing. And then relax, and let's do the other side. So lifting and pointing and flexing. And bring it down. And then our last bit, but we'll go into the next bit with this. We've been doing the same thing while we were lying down, but we're going to do it from up now. So you're bringing your hand on the inside, and on the inside of your leg, and the hand on the outside. The same thing we were just doing, but upside down. You're pulling it backwards. The same way you were just doing, but on the floor. So we're doing this exactly the same. We're doing that. Now all we're doing is that. It's the same movement. We're pulling it back. But now we're going to take the hand off. So it's the right leg. We're going to take the right hand off and place it on the floor. And we're lifting that leg up in the air. We're letting that leg win. We're letting it push up. But then we're going to see if we can get our elbow underneath our knee, or the mid part of our arm, or even the shoulder, and see if we can get our hand on the floor, and then see if it'll stay. If it slides down, that's okay. We know where to work on. So let's try the other leg. So we're bringing the hand on the inside of the leg, but the outside of the foot, and we're pulling it back. Same way we were doing on the floor. Keeping that knee close to our shoulder. And then we're going to take the hand off. So the left hand comes onto the floor, goes on the floor. The other hand and the foot, the leg starts to push. And we're trying to pull with the arm. So it's the leg that's doing the pushing, not us lifting the leg with our arm. Now we're going to lift it up and see what part of the body can get underneath the knee. We pull it back and we see if it drops down. If it stays. Is that staying in? Oh, I think that's staying on, people. Lovely. So we're going to see if we can put it all together, or at least some of it. Hand on the inside and then hand on the outside. Pull that leg back. Give it a good pull. It turn around to the side. Give it a nice pull back. Drop the hand and lift the leg. So the leg is doing the pushing. You're straightening your leg, which seems weird in this position, but it will go up. So then we're going to see how far we can get our hand underneath. And then if you move the hand backwards, it'll push the hip back and again, hopefully lock it in place. From here onto your fingers, you're seeing if you can lift your bum off the floor. And then the last bit is just bringing the leg in and lifting it up. You can always cheat and bring it underneath, but it'll tend to drop you into a different position when you do that. Let's try the other side. Don't worry, it'll get there, B, don't worry. So, hand on the inside. Bring it out. Turn this way. So pulling it back. Like I said, even all the little bits of this component work for brilliant. So that this is great for your hips. This is great for your thighs, for your kneecaps, and always your stomach. Bringing it under, pull it back. That's again hips. This lift here works your shoulders and your stomach. So even if you just get into this part, you don't have to lift that foot. You can always just pull the foot in and have it there. Did you just see me? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And then you're lifting, like I said, you don't have to have it there. You can have it out. And bring it down. Very good. Your shoulder, yeah, your shoulders will hurt. Oh, I'm running out of battery face. Good job I'm running out of thing on there. So we're going to have to bring ourselves and give ourselves a little stretch off from here. If you sit yourself in cross leg, bring your hands and bring the top hand, one hand up across the top. Grab hold of the shoulders. Now, if you can, see if you can grab hold of your shoulder blades and try and kind of pull them apart and then move side to side. So don't worry if you can't get your shoulder blades. But you're trying to, so that if you can, you're trying to hold onto them and kind of pull them at the same time. And you're just going side to side. And then we're going to take the arms out. If you bring the hands into your two fingers together in that position, you're going to turn the hands out, push them back, and bring the shoulders back. But really try and pull them hands forward. Oh, backwards, sorry. And then we're going to bring the hands, so the other hand goes over the top. Again, we're trying to grab them shoulder blades and moving side to side. And again, taking the hands out, fingers together, pull them back, push them back. Bring it back round. So from here, we're going to take it down onto our belly and take it into a cobra. So hands underneath the shoulders or into Sphinx, whatever feels better for you. Keeping the hips on the floor, roll the shoulders back, lift up. And then bring it back down. Bring the head, let it roll forward. One more, roll them shoulders back, pull them elbows in, lift up. Try and keep the hips down on the floor if you can. And then bring it down. Lift the toes, the bum, roll back into child. Keep the hands forward. And then bring the hands down, turn the palms over. If the head doesn't touch the floor, put a block, or if you want, put the fist underneath. Let your legs open and let your body fall in between your legs. So we're taking it right down into child. We're relaxing ourselves down. You're going to let the breathing come in from the lower part of the body. So you'll feel it coming in right down at the lower spine. As you're breathing in, it'll come all the way up the spine. And it'll feel as if it's pushing you into the floor as you're breathing in. As you're breathing in, it'll go the opposite way. It'll come down. And it feels as if somebody's pushing your bum down towards the floor. If you need to open them legs more, if you need to turn your head to the side, but you're just letting your body collapse down into child. Feeling the breath coming right through the back of the body. So we're going to start to bring ourselves out of this. If we bring our hands underneath our shoulders, turn our head so that it's on the floor, tuck the chin in, and then let the body roll up. And then bring yourself back onto your bum. So I'm going to say goodbye, Satties. I don't know what's happening. Oh yeah, Ames. I will be turning this off now. So I'll see you all later. And I'll put it up on the thing in a second.